just want to make a quick announcement. We are here on YouTube, but just want to say we are also now on.
Uh, Apple Podcasts and Spotify.
Yes, find us on Spotify, Apple Pod. Listen to us there. If you're not already listening to us there, go ahead and follow us. We'll put the links in the description.
Give us a follow, rate. It all helps.
Yes, you can do your laundry and listen to us now. Bye. Jimmy Garoppolo, still in the news, still on the 49ers roster. Reports had come out about the Bucs being potentially a team, then the Seahawks potentially being a team. Now we have reports that there is a connection between Jimmy G and the Giants. Dable was in New England when Jimmy was there. There's a connection there. Daniel Jones is going into a season where they're not sure what his future is going to be. They're going to re-sign him. They're going to pick. I don't think they picked up his option yet.
That was a hot drop. They were like, nah.
So what do you think about Jimmy to the Giants?
I think it's viable. I think obviously you've seen what he can do. I think we talked about this last week too, as far as him fitting in with the Brown system. He also can fit into Dable's system. I mean, just look at what Dable is going to want to do. He's going to want to run the rock with Saquon. They don't really have a lot of like big play options as far as their wide receivers. So it's going to be a lot of over the middle and scheming to get people open, which is what Jimmy Garoppolo can do. Of course, you're going to get those like, what the fuck picks every once in a while where it's just like, where was that going to? But it's way better than what you have as far as Danny Dimes.
Yeah, I think I'm not really a Danny Dimes person. I don't really believe in Daniel Jones. I think Jimmy is actually a good fit with that roster, with that team. To have Saquon just, be the workhorse. And they have some weapons at receiver. They got Kadarius Toney, Darius Slayton, Sterling Shepard still. Didn't they just draft a guy too? They got Wendell Robinson from Kentucky.
Do they still have Evan Ingram?
They have Golladay, and I believe they still have Evan Ingram.
That's a nice piece to fit with Jimmy G.
That's like low-key a lot of weapons. No, I'm not seeing Evan Ingram on the depth chart.
Never mind. Get him a tight end.
Let me fact check this. He's on the Jags now.
Wow. Fuck him.
That one just went over my head. Hey, thanks for clicking on this video and watching this far. Sorry to interrupt, but just want to let you know if you could like, comment, and subscribe to our channel. It would really help us out. All right, thanks. Now, here's us again. But yeah, Kenny Golladay I think he's the legit number 2, almost number 1 receiver. And they have a lot of young guys that they can work in.
And look at Andrew Thomas. Golladay, his like builds and his like archetype is the same like type that Jimmy G really thrived with like Emmanuel Sanders that one year when he had that shootout in New Orleans. Like that's the type of guy he likes to roll with. And I think that's a pretty good fit.
Yeah. And this line it's young. It's getting there. They just drafted Evan Neal. They got Andrew Thomas there. So, I mean, I think this is a situation though, where the Giants would not trade for Jimmy G right now. Say the Niners held on to Jimmy going into the season. I could totally see week 6, week 7, Jimmy getting traded to the Giants after like a disappointing start by Daniel Jones.
Yeah, I don't think it's like it's a viable play option, but as far as the scenario going into it, it's Dable's first year. He can mess this up or he can tank and get a quarterback that he wants in the draft. Why risk that? But as far as like play on the field, like it fits pretty good. And I think too, if this were like a coach that was 2 or 3 years in and you were on the hot seat, you're like, yes, give me Jimmy G. Let's do it. On the other side of the field, we have the Jets with Zach Wilson. He's throwing bombs. He's banging moms. Like we need something to bring people in. But I think right now people are just going to like, hey, let's trust the process. Let's tank and let's get us a quarterback.
Yeah, I think it just comes down to this like weird in between zone where Jimmy is like, where other teams see Jimmy and they say, oh, yeah, he'll make us better. But then they look at what they need to trade and what they need to pay him. And they say, how much better will he make us? And is it worth it to give up this? When next year, there is going to be a lot of young quarterbacks coming in, and a lot of them have good potential, way better than Jimmy's. So yeah, I don't think the Giants are on this like cliff of we need to make the playoffs next year. I think they're more towards the bottom where they just want to see if Daniel Jones can become something or they can move on. So I don't see this really working out between the Niners and the Giants.
Where do you think, like, again, we keep
I
having
don't
this,
see.
where is Jimmy G going?
I feel like all these stories about these different teams are just the Niners leaking out teams and hoping that like another team bites. I feel like they're just trying to stir up someone to get desperate and trade for Jimmy G. That's
And
just from an outsider looking what I think is happening.
have you seen those reports that people are saying that the 49ers are not stopping teams from talking to Jimmy G about restructuring his contract?
Yeah, it's but they don't want his ass. So
Yeah, but it's like so weird because, again, in it with a team that leaks nothing, these are getting leaked, and so it's like just it reeks of desperation at this point.
that's the thing
Hey,
where
we're open to it.
I don't think these are like the Seahawks, the Bucks, and the Giants. I don't think those are leaks coming from those teams. I think these are targeted leaks from the Niners saying like, "Oh, Baker went to the Panthers. Okay, look at all these teams that want Jimmy. Like, who's gonna come get him? Who's gonna pay the most?" And there's literally like no one. It's like an Instagrammer, like an Instagram influencer that has all bot followers, and then they have like a meet and greet and no one shows up. Like
That
that's
one meme
that's the
where
Niners right now.
it's who want me, and it's 100% no.
Yeah. That's Jimmy right now. I mean, you would think if they're letting teams come talk to Jimmy, there'd be someone talking to Jimmy. I don't think anyone's talked to him.
Yeah, it's a bunch of teams right now that the ones that don't have quarterbacks are the ones who are like content to tank to get a quarterback. There's no team on the cusp. Again, besides the Browns, but even then, like I think the Browns they're set up to fail anyways because they're the fucking Browns. But like that'd be the one team where you say like, all right, well, they have a chance to compete. Their quarterback might be out for an extended period. I think that'd work. Yeah, nowhere else really. Maybe like this is like throwing it out there. Maybe like if Marcus Mariota gets hurt because Jimmy's like light years ahead of that rookie that they drafted.
Was it Desmond Ritter?
Yeah, it's Ritter.
But
I don't think he's going to work out. I'm not a big Ritter guy.
I don't think he's ready though. And are they willing to risk not throwing him out there just to try it? Because I think they're ready to tank. They're tanking. So would they trade? Would they give up assets for Jimmy G in order to like what win 5 games, 6 games? I don't see the team that wants Jimmy G at this point that isn't the Niners. Unless we cut him, and some team is like, all right, we'll bring him in.
If we cut him, that's a different story. Because again, Jimmy Garoppolo for his current contract is a hell no. Jimmy Garoppolo for $6 million, perfect. Like, oh, sweet spot.
Yeah, it's just a matter. We're not saying like Jimmy can't be a starter or Jimmy is a terrible quarterback. We're saying for the price and for the amount of assets you need to give up, he's not worth it at this point. But if he was a free agent, like he'd be signed by now if he was a free agent.
Yeah, it's like that bottle of water that you like that's staring at you when you go to a hotel room. It's like, all right, well, yeah, I need water. I need to drink water. But then you look at the price and it's like $7 and you're like, I don't need water that bad. I'll go to the vending machine down the street. Like, fuck that.
But the hotel knows that.
Yep.
But you know what they're waiting on is for you to get home. You get to that hotel room at 3 a.m. drunk and dehydrated, and you pay for that water bottle.
Yep.
We're waiting on the Falcons or the Browns to come home at 3 a.m. drunk and dehydrated. We're waiting on that team, and it just hasn't happened yet. I mean, maybe it'll happen in training camp. I don't know.
Fingers crossed.
If not, I don't think it's going to happen during the season. I think Jimmy's going to be cut before that. So we'll see. and we'll keep you guys updated on that.
You made it all the way through this video. We really appreciate it. If you like this content, go ahead and hit that like button. Go ahead and follow for more. And feel free to check out some of these videos and subscribe to it.